How's it going, Sonic Moto fans? I'm Sonic Moto. Now I should swap that up a little bit. How's it going, riders? Sonic Moto back again. How y'all doing? Let me know in the comment section below. Because America finished all the sort of peripheral needed work on the bike that need to be done because... Oh, well, I gotta go straight, so I'm gonna be in this lane. Whoops! Anyway, finished up all my basic service for the 600 miles service for this bike that the manual calls basically an oil change, put in full synthetic Castrol. What do you guys run for your oil in your motorcycles if you're a rider? Synthetic? Standard? Do you have a mileage where you go from like standard to synthetic? I know a lot of people that do that break-in and then they go to synthetic after that. I love synthetic. I think that it's sort of engineered to last a little bit better. It's just gotta be better. It's synthetic. And so we just use it. It's a little bit cheaper, but it probably won't break down and destroy over time as easily and quickly, which is always a good thing. Just stay on top of your oil changes. On top of the oil change, you definitely, for the first service, check your chain tension. I do that and make a note to do it like at least once a month anyway, just because as you ride, the chain stretches out and you gotta make sure it's usually between 20 and 30 millimeter of movement on the up and down stroke. So check your manual to see how you check that and find the correct spec for your bike. But on a general level, at least for my two bikes, it's been between 20 and 30 millimeter of travel. Got that sorted out. Had to buy some new sockets just to get the axle loose and do the tension. But overall, Suzuki has got it down, and I think it was quite an easy job. So props to Suzuki. Thumbs up if you agree. What else? Oil change. Oh, check the exhaust header bolts and all the exhaust components, because all the rattling when everything's something new, I just make a note to go through everything. Like I've noticed my left mirror is kind of loose. I'm going to keep an eye on that so it doesn't fall off when I'm going down the road. I have a habit of doing that and seeing mirrors go fly off, usually blind spot mirrors. And so we'll just keep on top of a lot of things, make sure nothing's loosening up over time. Sounds will happen if things are loose. Keep an ear out. I run earplugs, but I still make note to be silent, don't run music and all that. Sort of listen to what your bike is doing, because if you're making some abnormal rattling and whatnot, you're going to hear that things are loose, and so you'll want to tackle those before you lose hardware, because if you have to order hardware, that's no fun, and it gets costly. It's also kind of like hard to get individual components, unless you go to the dealership and be like, yo, I need this one bolt, and then they charge you $10. Because I've done that before. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's $10 lost for like a 5-cent bolt. That was another thing. Last time I did an oil change on the Ninja 300, it was like the second oil change I ever did on it. I said to people that I do it like on my car. I skipped the oil filter, but I changed the oil. And I usually cycle between changing the oil and the filter every other one, because that's what the book says in some of your vehicles of 4 wheels vehicular devices. And in fact, even the manual for this bike says you don't change it every time, although honestly I'm just going to change it every time. A lot of people had a lot of controversy woo, on that subject. They're like, why would you just not change it? That's horrible for your engine, your bike, and all that. And yeah, so I figured, why not? Horses! Moo, moo, moo. Oops, did that a little bit wrong. A little bit backward. Just a hair. Sonic Moto, the professional motorcyclist on the road, flipping his throttle before he pulls in the clutch, only to make things fun and entertaining. So it's been like, what, 2 or 3 weeks, almost a month of riding this motorcycle versus the Ninja 300. I am definitely noticing that I am more confident on this bike. It feels lighter to me now, although I definitely noticed the weight difference between the two. But just building up core and control and knowing how to handle a heavier bike, it's so much easier to me now, I'll say, than it was from the start. I still have to work on slow speed maneuvers. I've been practicing those in parking lots, and I am getting more confident at that. But yeah, it just takes some time to learn the bike and use it and just develop those skills, right? It hasn't given me any issues yet, and I dropped it once, so it's probably annoyed at me just slightly.